Okay, so it looks like this video is going to be done in parts because the camera decided it wanted to stop recording. Anyway, like I was saying, 71 north to 77 north, which will take you up to the Ohio Turnpike. We're not going to be staying on the Turnpike. We're actually going to follow 90 when it separates off, okay? Yeah. Alright, we're going to head. Let me make sure I said those interstates correctly. I don't want to confuse you guys. Alright, so I'm going to go over to the Ohio map. Northern Ohio, that is. Well, before I get to the Northern Ohio map, you can see Columbus right here. We're actually going to end up, because Columbus gets really congested. I just know that from experience. We're going to end up taking 270 up around the north of Columbus, okay? So from 70 to 270 to hit 71, okay? All right. Well, once we're on 71 coming out, you see this green line? That's toll road. All right, that's our goal, is to get up there, okay? And I want to get there before well, disregard that. So we're going to actually end up running 71. Okay, this is 71. Now, 90 has already split off back here. And I don't want to take US Highway. I want to stay on Major Highway. It's quicker. This area has got some decent hills that you're going to be climbing fairly slowly if you've got a heavy load. So, I want to stay on highways. So I don't change my speed as much. If I follow 71, it actually breaks off right here, but I want to keep on moving in this direction mostly. So what I would do is I would run 71 to 271, okay? Now 271 is going to take you around Cleveland. We don't want to go to Cleveland, okay? So 271, follow 271 up north all the way till you get to, boom, there's 90 right there, all right? Now we're on 90, we can run that all the way across, okay? So our route is now complete. Let's write that down, shall we? All right. If I can find my pen. Yes, a pen would be very helpful right now. And that's why I always have extras. Okay? So, we are looking at I-40 going east to I-44, also going east to I-70, and you guessed it, going east. Now I'm only writing down major highways, okay? So that that quick little 270 or around Columbus, I'm not writing that down, I'm just remembering it, okay? That's to I-71 north. You're wrong. I'm just kidding. You're right. It's north, okay? I'm gonna guess that you guys all got that right. All right. After 71 north, we're gonna get on 271. That is an interstate, I-271. Going north. Okay. And once we get on 271, our only other interstate to hit is I-90. Going east. Okay. Now, if our final was further off the highway than it is, then I would include some of the major highways to get to it. But it's not, so I feel no need to. Okay. Now then, now that we have our route, now we need to know where we're gonna stop, because you know everybody's on e-logs now, right? So everybody has to take a 30-minute break. Everybody has to shut down for 10. So what I like to do is I like to go usually about 5 below my set speed. In other words, whatever the maximum speed is that I run, I go 5 below it. Okay. Now I happen to know that with the way I drive, I usually average 2 miles an hour below my set speed. So my truck's governed at 66, right? So I normally average 64, but I run a 60 mile an hour trip plan. The reason being, that allows me some comfort. You know, if I plan to run a full day at 60 mile an hour, well, that's only 660 miles. But at 66 miles an hour, I can do a lot more than that. Which means I'll finish up early, but I've still run a good little chunk, you know? I can really get some freight down the road, okay? So, starting in Tucumcari, exit 333, all right? This is where we're gonna start using our truck stop guide, and I prefer the little pocket guide. That's just me. It's easier for me to understand. I do have others. I have a large book that has a little bit more stuff in it. And if you're running tight and it looks like you don't have areas to park in and you need to be running full days, I do highly suggest this book. You can pick it up at Iowa 80 Truck Stops. The Ultimate Truck Parking Guide. You can also go on parkmyrig.com. But this has all of your mom and pops. It has your Walmarts. It has your hotels. It has Lowe's, Home Depot. If they let you park there, it's in here, okay? Along with a reference as to how many parking spots there are. We're not going to use that today. We're going to use this, because this is good enough for what we're doing today. Okay? Now, once you get one, and they're only like $5. I believe the price was on here somewhere, or at least it used to be before it started peeling and falling apart like that, okay? Anyway, get that back in there. Each state has the interstates, along with their mileage, their total mileage. They have the exit numbers, the city, where you're going, and what it is. In other words, if it's a rest area, it's just going to say rest. But if it's a truck stop, then it's going to tell you what size it is and some of the amenities. In other words, it's going to have an L, an M, or an S. Large, medium, small, okay? It'll have a W or not, which means it has a scale, a certified scale. It'll have either no R or capital or lowercase r. The capital R means you can get major repairs done. Lowercase, minor repairs. So most loves, you'll see a lowercase r. There are a few that do more. And those, as the books are updated, you'll start to see them getting the large R's. But we're starting out in Tucumcari. So what I want to know, and the only thing digital I'm going to use is my handy dandy calculator. You're going to need a calculator, okay? So you might as well go ahead and get it out. And if we're running US highways, and I'll show you guys this at the end of the video, counting it up is a little bit more difficult to do, but, well, not more difficult, it just takes longer. But we'll show you that at the end, okay? For right now, we're going to try and stick on subject to get you through this a little bit quicker. So, we're going to head to New Mexico in the book. And we're going to look at I-40. Now, I-40 has 374 miles on it in New Mexico, okay? So I want to know how far it is from Tucumcari to the border of New Mexico and Texas, okay? Now, I run a 60 mile an hour trip plan, like I was saying. So pretty much as I add these numbers up, I'm looking to get to 480. 450 to 480, okay? 450 is a 55 mile an hour. 480 is 60, okay? Now, because I'm going to be starting my pre-trip, you know, I might have to fuel. I give it that in between, and I try to settle somewhere in between there. I don't try to push it too close, because usually on that first 8 hours, I'm not gonna average a high enough speed to where I can do 480 miles, especially if I was to run through cities, which we do. We got Oklahoma City, we got Amarillo, Tulsa, then St. Louis, Indianapolis. I don't think there was anything major in Illinois. Columbus, just outside of Akron, outside of Cleveland. You know, and as we go further into the Northeast, traffic gets more congested anyway. So just a safeguard, you know, you come up with a window. That also gives you what I like to call bailout points. If you look at the truck stops in between that window, places where you can stop if for some reason, whether it be weather or there was an accident that slowed you down or whatever caused you not to be able to make it as far as you planned on going, you'll know where your safe havens are before you start driving if you've been doing your trip plans properly. Anyway, so we're looking for something between 450 to 480 miles on our route, okay, for our 30-minute break. Okay, so what we want to do is, because the numbers are going up, we want to take that total 374 miles on I-40 in New Mexico and subtract out where we are. So in the book, you'll see 2 can carry. I'm sitting at the Flying J right now. That's exit 333, so I'm going to subtract 333. So I have 41 miles left in New Mexico as of now. Okay, my next state over is Texas, so we're going to go over to Texas now, and I'm going to add in that mileage on I-40 in Texas, which is not very much. Next page. There we go. So I'm going to add in that 177. Okay. Now, this next state is a little bit different, and that's just because we have an interstate change. So I need to know what that exit number is. So let's go over to our Oklahoma map. O comes after N. I swear, guys, I learned my alphabet. I know it very well. No, I'm not going to sing it today. Okay? Now, if you look at Oklahoma City on the large map, you can't see exit numbers. So we're going to go to the blow up. Notice it has a gray square around it. Okay? So we're going to go to the blow up over here on page 82. Okay? Bottom corner. Okay, so we're coming on 40, and we're looking for where it hits 44. Now, the closest exit number that I can see to it is 146, but that's not where it crosses. Okay? Now, given the spacing between these, I would say that we're going to be looking at mile marker 147, okay, or exit 147. So let's say 147. Numbers are going up 0 to 147, so we can just add that in, and that'll put us on 44. Okay. So, how many miles did we say? 147. Now, that puts me at 365. Now, I could show you this, or I can just explain it to you that I already know. Your choices get limited once you get on turnpikes, because you don't want to get off of them and back on. You get charged more. Okay? At least I think you do. Seems like you would, right? Anyway, whether you do or you don't, your choices do get more limited. You have service plazas, but service plazas can be a little bit like rest areas. You normally don't want to count on them unless you absolutely know that they're open, because they tend to close up periodically. They have construction, renovations, whatever. That's all I'm going to say about that. The reason I bring it up is because we're about to be on the turnpike, and we're 365 miles into our day, and that's only, let's say, 480 minus 365. We only got 85 more miles until we have to stop to take a 30-minute break. So, what I want to do is I want to stop before I hit the turnpike. Okay? So, I'm going to be looking at I-40 in Oklahoma City for the last truck stop, last major truck stop, I should say, before exit 147. So let's go to Oklahoma. I-40. And we're looking for 147. I see 142. Okay, that looks like it's our last one. So we'll stop, take a 30-minute break. At exit 142, Oklahoma City, 300. 142, 147. We were at 365. So 147 minus 142 is 5. We had 365 miles. That's 360 miles. If you subtract the 5, if you divide that by 60, that is now 6 hours. Check the math. Bet you you'll find I'm right. Cool? All right. So we're 6 hours into our day. We're taking our 30-minute break. We got 5 hours left. In 5 hours at 60 miles an hour, we can run another 300 miles. Okay, so we're looking for 300 miles down the road from there. So we know we got 5 miles until we hit I-44, and then I need the rest of 44 in Oklahoma. So I want to know what is the mile marker at which I hit 44. Looks like 120. Okay, I'm still looking at the same spot, same blow up map. So whatever the total mileage is on I-44 in Oklahoma, I'm going to subtract 120. Oklahoma. Looking for Oklahoma. Okay. By the way, there is a shorter way to have done that. I could have just looked right here at the top of the page. It has 44 listed, 329 miles. Subtract out the, what did we say, 120? So 209 miles. Okay. So let's add that to our 5 plus 209. Okay. Next state over is going to be Missouri. Okay. Now, so far we're sitting at 214 miles. Missouri on I-44 has 290. That's too much, obviously. Okay? But if I do that, because the numbers go up, it's the easy way. If I take that 290 and we knew that we could only run 300 miles, right? Guess what happens if I subtract out the 300 miles? You see that? That's 204, right? That tells me that my 300 mile mark is mile marker or exit 204 on I-44 in Missouri. Let's look for something. So we're looking at I-44 in Missouri in our little book, and we're looking for something either at exit 204 or before it. Okay. Okay, I got 208 here, and